Are y'all ready to have some fun? Then you're in the right place. Welcome to Carolyn's Corner Live. The show will begin shortly. Thanks for joining us. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Carolyn's Corner Live. I'm so glad you're here with us tonight. As every Wednesday and Thursday night, we have another great, interesting guest. I'm so excited for y'all to get to know this great guy and hear all about him. Please help me welcome I wish y'all were here because I know y'all would be applauding, Mr. Joaull Bazill. I'm still afraid I'm going to mispronounce it. Welcome, Joaull. How are you?
I am doing good. Thanks for having me.
You are welcome. And folks at home are on their way. Not here yet. They second to come on, Joaull. Every week I have someone's name that inevitably I can't pronounce, or I'm afraid I'm going to mispronounce it. I'm so bad with names. And I'm good at pronouncing them for the most part because I did telemarketing for years. So if it's an unusual name, so Paul's here. Let me get him. I usually try to pronounce it the way I think it would not be pronounced because that's usually right. Does that make sense? Let me get Paul in here. So, ladies and gentlemen, hold on. Let me get Paul. Hey, Paul.
Hello.
Wow, Paul, you're running around like crazy today too. So, welcome everyone. Thank y'all so much for being here. I am here with my co-host Paul Gallagher and Joaull Bazill. Paul, I'm going to butcher it. I'm so glad you're here with us, ladies and gentlemen. And Paul, I'm so glad you're here. Hello, Miss Sarah. So, Mr. Joaull is a cinematographer, and Paul, you met him. I guess you've known him already. So I think it's a cool idea to have him on the show so he can tell us about what he does, if anybody is interested, and what your passion is. So, Joaull, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, sir?
All right. Well, I was born and raised in the United States Virgin Islands. Lived there for about 11 years. So vacation, 11 years. It's pretty neat. Come from a pretty big family. We moved to Virginia around, when was it? 98. And lived there, middle school, high school, college. After college, moved to Memphis, met my lovely wife, stayed there for about, 2 years. And then we moved to great big state of Texas. And so here's where we are today.
It's like the great big state of Texas in a small little town.
Exactly.
Well, there are smaller towns, Paul, but you're right. You're right. I mean, comparatively. Yes. Go ahead. Go ahead, Joaull. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Hi, Marie. Hi, Sarah.
So we are here, me and my wife, 3 kids. And that's pretty much it in a nutshell. So
nice. Well, we are so glad that you made your way onto Carolyn's Corner Live. It's just such a small world. I'm always thrilled to have all different types of people, different fields. We've even had one guy that did sound for musicians and etc. So I think it's cool that you're a cinematographer. So you do commercials. Tell us a little bit about what you do, if you would.
Yes, I capture ideas and bring it to life, and it's amazing because I get to use my unique taste and style to every, project I have. And it's one thing to like see it on paper and then to see the final result like come to life is like, man. And so that's the creator mode, I guess you can say. So really enjoy it.
Wow, that's really cool. So you get to add your own spin to it and make it look the way you think it should look. That's really cool. That is really cool. You're basically an artist painting a picture, aren't you?
Exactly. Yes.
Wow. That's really cool.
And it's so funny is that when I first met him, he was flying a drone at Pawnee. That's what I was like.
What? I didn't know that.
And it's basically in the cinematography industry, you use any type of video capable capture device to use.
Yeah.
And it was crazy. I was like, man, using a drone, because you see it in movies all the time. You don't even think about it. But like in movies, whenever you have that flyover scene, that's a drone. They're just filming.
Wow.
And they had it. Yeah.
I guess so. I never thought of that, but it has to be. Like we were watching some videos on YouTube the other day or something. And my son, I don't know I think it was here. And I said, "How are they doing that?" And he said, "They're using a drone." And I never, it was a fishing video. They were fishing and it was showing the fish, like from way out where the fish
Mm-hmm.
was. I'm like, they have to be using a drone. But that's so cool. So drones are becoming more and more effective in all areas, I guess, especially when you want to get a really good shot. Wow,
Oh
that's
yes.
pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So how do you like using those? Have you used them a lot, or was that like your first time, or?
Oh no, I use them quite often. Yes.
Wow. I think
It's
that's so
interesting because
cool.
when me and my wife were watching TV movies, I call out all the shots like drone shot, jib, steady cam. She gets annoyed,
Wow. So
but
you already know just by looking at the shot how they did it.
yeah, for the
Wow,
most
that's pretty
part.
cool. I bet your wife gets tired of hearing it though, doesn't she?
Oh yes.
She's probably like, "Can we just watch the movie?" Maybe she doesn't say that. I'd be like,
See,
"Okay, okay, yeah."
and that's
Wow,
how
that's
funny is
cool.
that you have people in different industries that do that with movies, because I do it with military movies. It's like,
Mhm.
that's not watching. My wife's like, shut up and watch the movie.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah,
Yeah,
nothing
yeah,
offensive, of course, but that's yeah,
Yeah, no, it's. I
yeah,
think
yeah,
it's with every industry that you get into, even like with computers, and you watch other people mess with computers. The same thing. You call it out,
yeah.
and
yeah.
it's pretty neat. Um, have you got into filming movies or anything, or you just strictly do commercial like?
Ah, man, movies. No, I have not. That is that is a beast in itself. you know? So no, I am
So
not
you think you
into to
will?
that
Do you
field.
think you will?
Um, I don't want to say no,
Yeah,
but like, as of right now, it's just like nah. That's probably like way down the road, if
yeah,
anything. But it'll be neat to have the opportunity to even be on set or something like that. I
yeah.
think
That
that would
would
be
be
very
really
neat.
cool.
There
Well,
is,
Yeah.
well,
I know that's what I was getting at. Matter of fact, I might hire him to do a documentary on my life. Well, hello,
no, there's actually a
Cruzon.
guy
Cruzon, did I say
locally.
that right? Cruzon Monk. That's
There's
a
a
Cruising
documentary of your
mug.
life. Wow, that'd be cool. I don't know if I'd want a movie made of my life,
I no,
but
not
that would
me.
be really cool, right? That's a great idea. Welcome, by the
No,
way.
but I would like there's a guy here locally. His name is Paul Gonzalez. He's I don't know if you ever heard the movie Scum, because I know you probably knew the
Jamal.
area.
Hi, Jamal.
Oh
It's a
yeah.
zombie movie that was filmed here in Beeville, and they're
Mm.
actually, I think they're going to be filming Scum 2, so it's doable. I mean, and
Soon.
he's written, directed, produced, and
Yeah.
yeah,
That is neat.
Yeah, it was pretty
it's all
cool.
local. And matter of fact, they just had a filming of the movie here at Scores on Saturday. I want to say it was. I missed it. I wanted to go and I missed it.
Yeah, because
Oh
what year did they make that movie? In the early
man,
90s, right? Probably.
no, 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 no. That was 2000s,
Oh, it
early
was?
2000s.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow, that's
That's
cool.
cool.
Well, so you've done commercials. Have you done any commercials of anything we would know that we may see on TV? I'm curious. I'm really curious. Or TV or anything.
Uh I don't think anything on TV. We're in this age where everything's like social media,
It
like the
is.
majority.
Yeah.
I mean, free way to get yourself out there. So a lot of my stuff is
Everything.
on social media. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? And even I've been noticing that lately. Even your bigger celebrities are going on. So, I mean, they do. They go on social
Oh
media.
yes.
And I'm like, why do
Yeah.
they need to do that? They're already big, but they're still doing it. That's what they're doing,
yeah.
right? Everybody's on
Free
social media.
advertisement.
Yeah. So he said, I have been trying to get Joaull to look into the movie aspect. See, he's been trying to get you to do it too.
Is that your wife?
No, that is actually my brother.
Oh,
Oh,
that's your
it's your
brother.
brother.
Oh,
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
okay.
Yes.
So
Okay.
everyone's
So
trying to
yeah.
put you in
So
this movie
everybody's trying to
director.
talk you into it. Go ahead.
I
Sorry.
know. Yeah.
So Paul, guess what Joaull brought? He sent me a reel of some of his work. Do y'all want to check it out right now?
Oh yeah,
And
absolutely.
then we'll talk about it. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So here's a little video. I'm gonna have to put us in the waiting room because I downloaded it the other way. I got a late start today, Paul. Okay, so I was working on a flyer. Joaull knows all about it. I don't want to say on here, but I'll tell you after we get off the air. I was just like, I was working on a flyer, and anyway, so let's play this. I'm gonna put us in the waiting room because I have to do it like that. So we'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Check this video out. Why did I not go? Okay, hold on. We're going. Here we go.
You're still here.
I know. bringing us all back on.
That was like a
Wow.
movie on its own. I mean, the
Yeah.
music was all dramatic. I'm waiting for the oh.
With the music, I thought something was going to happen. I'm like, watch out for the cars. I liked it. I liked it a lot. So, hi, Nikki. How are you? Nikki Bazill is on. I like, she put, clapping hands. Sarah said, cool. Yeah, that's really cool that you did all that. Man, so
Yeah.
you did like a car commercials. What was up with the older couple? They were looking longingly into each other's.
That is actually my neighbor, and I found out they were married for 50 years, and I was like, "What? I gotta capture this." So
Wow.
I did a little, you know, um,
Oh,
video for them. So it was pretty cool.
that's so nice. I bet you made their whole day, their whole year.
Oh
Wow.
yes.
Yeah, that was, I like that. It was so sweet. I mean, I was like, oh, that's so nice. And the horses, they looked, I mean, I don't know if they were, but they looked like wild horses somewhere. I don't know if they really were.
No, they well, they're not wild, but
It kind of looked like something you'd
big.
see in a movie,
Yeah. Hmm.
wild Mustang, which I don't even know if they were Mustangs. That's how much I know about horses. What you got, Paul? Very neat. Marie said very neat. Sarah said
Thank
cool.
you, Marie.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So I think this seems like everybody wants you to do movies. That's what I'm getting from this. So why don't you tell us about where you went to school, what you studied exactly? Because I think that's really interesting. Because there may be someone watching possibly that wants to follow that as a career path. You never know.
Yeah, well, I went to school at Liberty University in Lynchburg, Virginia,
Okay.
and actually what I studied had nothing to do with camera or anything at all. I was actually a religion major focusing in youth ministry. Yeah.
Wow.
And but it's interesting because I've always had, kind of a creative mind, from music, pictures and all of that. And so this started off as a hobby. When I got married, I was like, man, I need something to do. What can I do?
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll pick up a camera. And that led to someone being like, hey, can I pay you to do, a wedding? And I was like, yeah, we can do that.
Of course.
So
Hard to
from
say
there, it
no to
was
that.
just like, yeah, it was just like, okay, got to get better gear, got to get better this. And so, that opened doors to lots of opportunities. So, yeah.
Wow, that's cool. Paul, what do you got? I don't want to interrupt you. I know Paul's wheels are spinning. I can see them.
No, it's awesome to have someone locally that
Yeah.
does this, and and to have you on here so other people can talk to you about it, or I guess text about it, or message about it. I guess. No, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And so, what kind of project are you working on right now?
Right now, I am actually building up something. I'm trying to do it's a passion project. And but it's for and he's probably gonna be like, when is it coming? But one of my friends, he owns a coffee shop in Dallas, and so I'm gonna do a commercial for him. And so I told him, hey, I'm getting there, man. I mean, it was wedding season right now, but once all that's over, it's gonna happen. And so that's in the work. Just drawing stuff out and so on. But
So
yeah.
do you sketch like how that's how movies are basically made? They make all the sketches first of the scenes,
Hmm.
and then they can go film. Do you do the exact same thing, or do you have a different process?
I do, yeah, I do a shot list, and so I kind of just I get a picture of the place, and then from there, just be like, okay, I want to come in here. Like I'm not really. I feel like drawing stuff out takes forever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, respect for those who do it that way.
Yeah.
But me, I just kind of just write it out. What I want to do, the angle I want to do it from, what lens and all that, and then because in my mind I can see it, and so once I write it out and I see it on paper, I was like, okay, next shot is this, and then we just do it from there. So
Wow, that's
shot list.
really cool. Yeah, so you get, and I was thinking, going back to what you said you were going to school for, I was thinking that would come in handy for your church. I would think. I mean, have you done any type of work like that to
Hmm.
film for the church and things like that, because that would seem like that would be something that would be needed out there for sure.
Yeah, I've actually done some stuff for my church, VBS and so on. Um,
Wow.
but yeah,
That's good. That's really good, because I mean that's a way you could kind of do both things together, because I know that
yeah.
was your initial plan. So that way you could combine them. I'm sure
Oh yeah.
they always need that. And then so if
Mhm.
somebody so you could do a commercial, like say you could do a commercial, just for example. Paul, you know where I'm going with this.
Oh
Say
my
just say
word.
for hypothetically that Carolyn's Corner Live wanted you to do a commercial with Paul
Mhm.
and me running through the field. No, I'm just joking. Paul, I was just thinking about that time when I was running. Remember? Anyway, that was a long time ago. But
Oh my
and
lord.
you do commercials for different. You could do commercials for like online things such as this. You could really, couldn't you?
Yep,
That's
definitely,
pretty cool, Paul.
definitely.
Maybe we should think about that.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, it'd be cool.
you get it out there, it'd be awesome. Have you ever done a music video? I know that's the big question of
I asked too. Go ahead.
have you ever done a music video?
I have never. I've gotten like two artists that reached out, and it just never happened. Like my schedule just didn't work, and so never had the opportunity. But that would be very interesting to do, and to capture, man. So bucket list. That's a bucket list right
Yeah,
there.
Very
that's
cool.
awesome.
Yeah, because
So the
Paul, that's a
big
good. Go ahead.
well, another really big question that's on everyone's minds is how much would something like that actually cost? I mean, let's say just do like a basic music video. How much would something like that be to do?
That is a tough
Yeah,
question
I
because
know,
for
I know it's a tough
A lot of
question.
variables, I'm sure.
It's because there's a
for
lot of variables in it, and I
yeah.
know, but like, what's your like a basic idea cost? You're not going to be held to
Okay.
this. You're not going to be held to this. I'm just
Yeah.
trying to get an idea, like a ballpark figure for for people who are interested in like, hey, I might want to get him to do a music video. Then they get an idea. Okay, it costs around a a big
Mhm.
round this number.
That is a good question,
Yeah.
because we
So.
feature a lot of most our show. Majority of them are singer songwriters, and they do
Mhm.
utilize music videos. A lot of them. So that's a good question, Paul. And it's hard.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's hard to give the exact figure, but I mean,
Well, to break it down, it depends. Like, how long is the shoot gonna be? Is this like a 2 3 day shoot? So when you factor that in, then you're dealing with the day rate. So for once you get your camera guy, it's like, okay, what's your day rate? And so you go from there, and then you add in post production. Once everything is captured, bringing it together, color grading, effects, all that stuff. And then there's also like the turnaround time. If the artist is like, I need this by next week, okay, that's gonna cost you.
Yeah,
you know. Um, so, but like a ballpark, and it all depends. A lot of people come
right.
in with what's your budget.
yeah,
What's the artist's budget, and then some people are like, well, here is my day rate, and so on. So it can. I mean, I've heard music videos being from like $500 to being like crazy
Oh yeah.
ridiculous. Like if you follow like awards and stuff, and when they have like sections and they have like best music video, of the year, like that can be anywhere from like 50 grand, like 100K, just to make a music video, and so it all depends on the artist's budget, and then also like the camera, and then the production team. Like, are you talking like two cameras, three, four, drones, jibs, all that? Yeah, it can get up there.
yeah. My husband works with a young man, or he knows a young man that does. They make
Mhm.
videos. Brett was telling me about it, and I know it was like 10,000 just for a basic, and I was like, what? It was even more than that.
Yeah.
And I was shocked.
Yeah.
I can't remember the guy's name, but Brett was telling me, because I was like, oh, he goes, do you know how much they charge? And I was like, no, I was just guessing. And it was, I think it was like in the $10,000 range. I can't recall what
Yeah.
Brett told me. Whatever it was, I was like, well, we won't be getting one of those anytime soon. because that's a lot of money.
But a lot of the musicians are going for like video recording and getting music videos. They're actually trying to mainstream it. They're trying to go out there and get an award for it, and that's why they spend so much money. In my opinion, I mean, I'm not in that industry, but that's what I would think.
Yeah, and let's see. What is the friend and family rate? Thank you. You asked the tough questions that we didn't want to ask.
Yeah.
What would we do without our brothers?
You've been on the show, right?
That's a personal phone call.
It's a what?
Phone call. That's a personal phone call.
Yeah.
That's funny. Oh my gosh. So Marie did say when y'all were talking about drawing a while ago, she said, I know drawing everything out is like an eternity because Marie she's a painter. She does a great job, and I'm sure since she paints, I'm assuming she draws. But I guess that would take a lot of time. Yeah. Just like anything, I'm sure everybody has their own processes on how they conduct those types of things.
And a lot of times, and that's what, like you do just strict filming, and then because you're your own person, you don't have no one else that works under you, correct?
Correct.
See, so he's able to use his creativity and say, I'm doing this. Whereas like many people drawing these storyboarded stuff, it's like a good example of storyboarding with movies would be like I watched a documentary on how they made Finding Nemo or Monster Incorporated by Disney and all them. They have a team of people creating the story and creating the storyboards, and they have a team. So and their team consists of like 50 people just working on a storyboard and a story. And when you have one person, I can imagine you having to do everything by yourself. That would take. That'd be
okay. What is his name? He said, how do you pronounce his name? Cruzian. I'm so sorry. He said he is a consultant and still waiting on my first check.
He's gonna be waiting for a while.
That's your brother, right?
Yeah.
Well, I think you should do some work for it. Maybe you could. I don't know. I would sit there and give my opinions. I'm very good at that. How's it going? Hey, Mark. Good.
And here we talk about brothers. Here's my brother. Here's
Mark. Mark, are you doing okay?
Yeah, he's.
Oh my gosh,
he lives here locally as well, and it's brothers.
Well, it's cool because we didn't to know that there is someone local that has this ability. It's like, all we need to do is gather 50,000. No, I mean, it would cost a lot because I can just imagine. Really, I mean, I made one little music video and it was okay, but that took hours, and I'm like, I cannot even imagine if you try to shoot it like I made it with videos that were already there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I can imagine when you're trying to shoot it and edit it and all that. So Mark said you just work. That's right.
Yeah.
So what I'm seeing like in video editing, because I've known a few people in the video editing industry, and the shooting part's the easy part. It's the editing that takes the time.
That takes forever. Yeah.
And and I'm not sure exactly how like precise you are. But I know in this industry you have to be very precise. But you can get some of these that are like, oh, this shot's so wrong, it's an inch off, or it's called the perfect shot. It has to be the perfect shot every single frame. And I've tried doing video editing myself, and I've become so frustrated because you have to have the music timed perfectly with what you want the video to do, and you're talking hours of just tinkering with 1 second trying to get that synced up perfect. That's
absolutely. Absolutely.
That's why you make the big bucks.
Yeah, well, he should anyway, because it takes a lot of patience. Hey, speaking of that, I got a couple of things I want to go ahead and do before I forget, Paul, because last night I almost completely forgot. So we do have a sponsor for Carolyn's Corner Live, Scores Bar and Grill. I want to play the little video for them. I guess I could wait a few more minutes. I just don't want to forget. Paul, don't let me forget. Because last night, I'm serious, it was like I was already saying goodbye, and then I was like, oh my God, I forgot to play the videos. But we'll do it in a minute. Go ahead.
So when I first met him, I saw him with the drone and him going around, and I'm like, wait a minute, what is this? I have never seen. Down here, I've never seen that. I saw it up in Gatesville because they had a video editor, videographer. He would go through the school. So as soon as I saw you, I'm like, I know exactly what you're doing because I've seen it before. And I went up and I introduced myself. I'm like, hey, we do Cameron Corner Live and stuff. And I was talking to him and his wife. And it was pretty cool. And all the kids were around, and he's like, hey, I got to go outside and do the drone shot. I'm like, what? This is crazy.
So what were you filming that day? I'm just curious. Like, what did you film with the drone? I'm really curious. I think that's so cool.
Yeah, it was field day for one of the elementary schools out there.
Wow, what a great idea to get a drone shot of. That's really cool.
Oh, yeah.
Man, I need somebody
as soon
like
as the kids saw it, they're just like, eyes up.
Oh, wow. That is cool. I bet the kids were just thrilled about that, right?
Oh, yes.
Man, that's cool. So did you ever get a chance to see it, Paul, or anything?
No, I haven't had a chance to see it yet. Because I don't know if it was something that was the school got and was going to send it out to the parents, or was that just something?
Yeah, that was. They played it for the graduation, and once I was finished, it was hands off. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't post it or anything, because of rights and all that. So.
Wow, that's cool though. I could just see those kids. I bet they were thrilled, man.
That's a big deal. I was like, "There's a drone outside."
I know. I've never even seen one. Well, no, I haven't even seen one in real life. Have you, Paul? I guess you have been in the military, right?
I have 3 drones in my house.
Yes. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I have 3 drones. I've flown one time.
Oh, come on. You should be. I can't believe you aren't putting your camera on it and getting it to go.
I don't have the money for the fancy ones like he has. So mine, I literally have to fly it. You don't program, because I'm sure his is programmed like I want it to go here, and it has a smooth.
Oh,
now mine, I literally have to go. Okay, let's turn this rotor a little bit, and it hit a tree.
That's what had happened to me.
So basically, what I'm doing is I'm telling you, I would never help or apply to help you, because I would fly your drone into a tree.
Good to know.
Yes.
Paul, that'd be like me when I try to play video games. I can't even drive the darn little cars. I'm like, forget it. Grandma don't know what to push anymore. I can't even drive the car. I run off the cliff, run in the mountain. I'm like, whatever. And my grandson's like, Grandma, help me. I said, I don't have any idea. It's gotten bad. I got old sometime. I don't know when that happened, but geez.
So the camera that you use on your shoots, like, I know you said it was a hobby, and now this has turned into a business for you.
Mm-hmm.
How much business do you get in Texas? Do you get a lot, like for weddings and stuff? Is that your main focus? I mean, not your main focus, is that your main monetary income? Basically that you're getting is weddings.
Weddings is, for me, I would say it's probably the biggest. Not the only, but the biggest.
Right.
And yeah, as far as when you look at from a year, it's mostly that. But every now and then I'll get a commercial gig or a brand, something like that. And so, yeah.
Wow, that's so cool.
That's neat. Cool. No, that's awesome. So how do you get your information out there? Do you like ask for jobs, or you just submit stuff and they find you and contact you?
Man, really, it's like I said, social media is free advertisement, know. So through that, but a lot of it is through word of mouth and just like connection, like building relationship with people, and then they're like, hey, I know a guy who, so on and so forth. So yeah.
So that's me. As soon as someone starts talking about, like, I know somebody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's cool. Now you can say, wait a minute, I know somebody for that too. Yeah, that's really cool. Man,
I've actually mentioned his name to a few people because they're like, I'm looking for a film, and I'm like, hey, I know somebody.
Yeah.
And I was only just talking to him that little bit, and
that is really cool.
And I went to his website and I watched that video, and I'm like, man, this is some good work.
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna very good. Let me see what Mark said.
I know somebody.
Mark said you can check. see here. You can check with city council here. They look for drones sometimes. Even big construction sites will hire you to video their job production. Wow, that's a good idea, Mark.
See, I would have never
Me neither.
thought about that.
So smart. Yeah, you could do that. Just call city council and say, "Hey, I got a drone. I'm a cinematographer. I got a drone. I'm a cinematographer. What do you need? What do you need?" Maybe not like that. You may want to handle it a little bit more professionally. Don't listen to me.
Yeah.
Don't listen to me.
I'm a contract shooter, and not the kind you're thinking about.
Yeah, don't say that either. But that would be funny, but except for now, right? That wouldn't be. You're like, what do you mean a contract shooter? Oh, I get. No, never mind. Never mind. Bad enough out there right now without writing that to them.
Oh man.
Wow, that's cool. I bet that's an interesting job. I really do. Unless you have to be out in the sun all day. I'm not.
Yeah. Sometimes.
I know. Well, when my husband and I got married, we got married on July the 2nd, and it was 100 and God degrees. I don't know. It was so hot. We see them out over our jobs all the time. Oh, see, Mark said we see the drones out over other jobs all the time. See, I didn't know they did that.
I'm really surprised my brother's not out there with a shotgun going, I'm going to shoot that one down.
That is my fear every time I put the drone in the air.
I bet, because these things are not cheap, and you're just
especially in Texas. You go over somewhere, some country farmers say, "Oh, he's gonna film my cows."
Yeah,
for real. Golly. Well, guys, let me go ahead and play this commercial so I don't forget. This is from our sponsor, Scores. I just want to play this first and thank them again for being our sponsor. This is from Scores Bar and Grill, and they're right here in Beeville, Joaull. Have you ever been over to Scores yet? They got good food too, by the way.
I have not.
You don't have to answer, but you should go. They got good food, right, Paul? Have you eaten there yet?
Out.
Yeah, they have good food. Good music.
Yeah, they do. When they have flying music, it's really good. Let me play this real quick so I don't forget. My memory's getting so bad. Here we go. Scores Bar and Grill is the new place to be in Beeville. They have a great relaxed atmosphere with delicious menu options and outstanding entertainment. Here are just a few. July 29th, they're bringing back Kind of Smooth Band from Corpus Christi, and DJ Lucky J is coming back by popular demand to celebrate his birthday on Saturday, August the 6th at 8 p.m. All of the details on these great events and so many more are on their Facebook page at Scores Bar Beeville. So check them out. You'll be so glad you did. All right, there we go. Thank you to Scores Bar and Grill. We are back. Go ahead, Paul. Somebody's message. I'll read it while you do that.
Commercials.
I'm sorry?
I said, and then we have commercials.
I know. So let me see.
I would have never thought we'd ever have a commercial.
Do what?
I would have never thought we'd ever have a commercial.
I know, it's pretty cool. So he says, do you demand artist freedom upon accepting a job, or does the customer have a majority of the artistic direction? Wow, good awesome question. Thank you for helping us.
It can be both, really. A lot of times I've been blessed where I have the freedom, but at the end of the day, you give the client what they want, and so sometimes it might be like, hey, we want this, and this, and then I'll do it. And then I'll be like, this could be better if we do da-da-da. And sometimes they're like, oh, that did look better. But at the end of the day, the client gets what they want, so.
Absolutely. Yeah. Customer's always right, they say. Except for So let me see what Marie said. Here, you want to read it, Paul? Here, let me put it. Can you read it from there?
Okay, I'll read it.
Yeah. You want to put it on the screen or just leave it?
I'll put it on the screen. Let's see what she has to say.
Okay, go ahead.
He needs to talk to Birdleg Pittman about doing an autobiography for him in the blues field. He's a legendary blues singer in Austin. He has sung around the world. Carolyn, he's the one I told you is a bit egotistical, but has earned it.
Oh, she did send me his information. He's like a legend blues player, she said. And I need to reach out to him. It's Birdleg. It's a cool name, Birdleg Pittman. Yeah, she said he's really good, but he tells you he's really good. No, I'm just kidding.
I've never heard of him, but
yeah, she sent me a picture of him and a little. He sent her a thing. I can't recall. I have to go back and look, to be honest. Marie, you're gonna have to send me that again because I have the information, but God only knows where. It's somewhere in the messenger, somewhere way. That'd be cool to do like a documentary of somebody. Have you ever done something like that where it's a whole thing, like a?
I think that falls in the realm of making a movie.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're
I've
right.
actually done a documentary on North Shore High School in Houston. They have a dynasty football back-to-back championships, and so I got the opportunity to do that. That was pretty cool. That was pretty
Wow,
cool. Yeah.
that would be cool. So you could do that with any. Paul, get thinking. We got you. Kind of come up with something, Paul. I know you need a commercial, Paul.
What you got,
I
Paul? What
just
you
think
got?
that would be so
Oh,
cool,
me?
right? I
Oh,
don't know.
I
Yeah.
have ideas for movie scripts.
No, he does. He really does. Paul
I
does.
have
Okay.
my brain is spinning with movie scripts. I
Yeah.
have tons of ideas for movie scripts and how to film
Paul's
it.
got a few books, the Fairy Dome series, and we were talking about that a few weeks ago, weren't we, Paul? How
Yeah,
that would
that's a
make
lot of
a great
CGI
movie.
though.
It's a what?
It's a lot of CGI.
I know, but it would so make a great movie. Gosh, it would make a great movie. It really would.
Yeah,
I don't know how
I mean the
CGI.
beginning part would be fine. That'd be awesome as a movie. But when you actually
Mhm.
get into the world of the fairies,
Yeah.
CGI is gonna be.
Yeah.
But then you're
Oh,
talking tons of
millions.
money. Then you have to find people
Yeah.
who know how to do it. No.
That's too
Lord
bad
of
because
the
it would
No,
make
Rings.
a really good
if
movie.
someone approaches me with it and we're like, "Hey, we want to make a movie about it," yeah, you know what? You go for it because I don't want any part of that. I'll give you some artistic direction. That's about it.
Yeah.
You
You
know?
know what? You really should think about making them into a children's books too, though. I think that would be really cool. Sylvia said hello. Hello, Sylvia. Marie said, sorry, I have to leave. I'm talking to my brother. They want to do surgery on his hand. Oh my goodness. Well, Marie will say a prayer for him. You take care of yourself, honey. Thank you for being here. Your brother said you can do a prequel first to introduce it.
You know, he's really on this whole making a movie thing. Your brother really wants you to make a movie.
Okay, what has been your most favorite project of all time? Thank you, Nikki. Yes,
There
that's a
you
good
go.
question.
Ooh.
We're running out of questions, Paul.
See, you have brothers and you have wives, and they're gonna ask
love
you hard-hitting questions.
Yeah.
Yes. Good
Man,
question,
of
Nikki. Good
all
question.
time.
Of all time. That is your wife, right?
Yes.
Oh man, I got the
Man,
perfect answer for you. I should put it in
she
private
put me
messenger.
on the
Wait,
spot.
I'm putting it in private messenger. I'll give you a laugh. Your greatest project of all time. There you go. Do you see it? I don't know if this is a trick question, Joel.
You know, the
Be very
interesting
careful.
thing about that is we don't have a video of that. Like, yeah. And people was like, how you do it? Like, how do you not? It's like, yeah, it just wasn't there,
Well, you were busy getting
but
married, maybe.
yeah.
Could be why.
But man, of all time, that is tough. That is a tough one.
Well, I
Man.
gave you the answer, Joel.
Yeah.
I would definitely say it.
Marrying you, babe.
There
Marrying
you
you.
go.
But I know she was like, that's not what I'm talking about. That's not what
It's
I'm
his
talking
greatest
about.
project of all time. Marrying you, Nikki.
Oh,
That's what he was
man.
telling me earlier. And I was like, really? He said, yes. I'm trying to make sure you don't get in the doghouse. Hello,
Yeah.
Mr. Pittman. Mr. Pittman.
Man.
Who is
That's
Mr.
a tough
Pittman?
one, though.
Oh, their wedding was fun. He put a lot of U's in there. Really?
Your wife put a
Nikki
little
thought it was
laughing.
funny, and she's laughing. And your brother put a lot of U's. Wait, the wrong one. Who is Mr. Pittman? Paul, what did I miss?
That's the legendary blues singer.
Oh, hello. Oh, it is so hard to figure out what somebody is saying in text without hearing them.
Birdleg Pittman's
Hello,
watching.
Mr. Pittman. Do what?
Mr. Pittman's watching.
Mr. Pittman's watching?
Yeah.
Oh, hello, Mr. Pittman. Hello,
Well,
it's
Mr.
so good
Pittman,
to have you.
Here's a videographer for you.
Yes, we have a videographer for you. How important is color grading to you? And that's that process. What's that process like for you? Good question.
Ooh, color
Contact
grading.
information. Wait a minute. Someone's name is contact information. Let's put this on the screen.
Oh, man.
That's a cool name. Oh my God. I got the giggles now, Paul. I
Yeah,
got to chill back out. Welcome, Mr. Pittman.
color grading is very important. It's because a lot of times when you capture your stuff in camera and you just play it, it doesn't look amazing, you know. And so a lot of time color grading brings everything to the right, you know, how it's supposed to look. And then even after color grading, you have well, before color grading, you have color correction, and that's where you bring everything to how when you were shooting it, how did it look, you know. And then color grading is when you put your unique, you know, look to it. So that's very important. But that process can take a while. My wife knows all
Wow.
about that. You know, she knows all about that. But yeah, it can take a while. And then once you deliver it to the client, you know, they can be like, I don't really like that look. Can we make it a little bit more light, a little bit more dark? And so then you go back in and, you know, re redo some things. But it's an important process. Very important process.
Wow.
Yeah, I've never
Yeah.
even heard of that. See?
Well, see,
Paul,
and that's
Yeah.
no, and
thank
that's
you.
awesome, and that's why I like having people on here that are involved in so many different aspects of
Yeah.
different industries, music industry. Now we have
Mhm.
filmography, because there's a lot of people who watch our show don't understand the process that goes
Yeah.
into a lot of this. And when we have someone on here, and some of the questions we probably
Yeah.
don't even know how to ask because we're not in that industry. And it's
Mhm.
awesome that we have people on the side over here asking these questions because it's like, oh, I would have never even thought about color grading. I mean, that's just something that you don't think about, and that was an awesome question. So
Yeah.
y'all keep it
So
coming. That was
so
amazing.
so
Yeah. Anybody else got any more smart questions? Because obviously my bucket ran out. My bucket ran out of questions. Paul, go ahead.
yeah. So like if we let me give you an example. Like if we do a let's say we do a project, right? And we shot today, we shot it one day, captured everything. It will take not one day to color grade that and color correct. It can take like up to 6 weeks, you know, to color grade and then add your music and do all that before you see the final product, you know.
Wow.
So it can take a while, and that's why when people are like, well, how much you charge? And then you give them a price, they're like, that is way too expensive. It's like you have no idea
Nah,
how long this is going to take. It ain't just
Yeah.
capture and then deliver. No,
right.
you know, I mean, I can do that, but it's not going to look the greatest, you know. And so,
Do you? So is color grading like a frame by frame deal, or is it? So it's not a filter. You can just say, I want to throw this color grade on here.
so color correction is you go frame by frame, and so it's but the neat thing about it is like let's say we do something where it's like um, we're doing an interview. And then on that interview, we have B-roll of whatever the person is talking about. So let's say they're talking about horses, you know, and then as they're talking about it, you might see pictures or videos of the horses. So what the easiest thing to do is you take the part where you're showing the person talking, and you can color grade one clip, and then just take that grade and attach it to all the other clips that's like that, you know. And then the one where it's like the horses outside, you know, depending on the time of day, the location, you might have to color grade each different set of, you know, frame. But for the most part, it's just once you find, let's say you have five that's the same, color grade one, apply it to all the others. You might have to tweak a little bit, but you know, as simple as that. So it can take a while. That's why a lot of times people are like, you just don't show up and you just start to shoot stuff. That's where you really sit down and you write your shot list or your drawing board and all that stuff out. You know, the time of day when you want to shoot. You know, if you're shooting like, well, it's all day, sun up to sundown, the sun is moving, so it's
Right.
gonna change every every hour. It's gonna look different, you know. And so that's why a lot of people like to shoot in control lighting, where it's like I control, you know, so I can shoot whenever I want, any time of the day. I'm controlling the light. So there's a lot of different things that goes into it.
Wow,
Right.
there's a
So
lot more than just taking the. Gosh, that's crazy. Let
So
me.
there is there's a I don't even know what the terminology for it is, and excuse me, but it's like that little shading thing that they put on there, like that it blocks the sun or radiates the sun backwards. It's that
yeah,
little.
yeah, it's a filter. It can be a ND filter. And so what that does is, let's say you're shooting at high noon, right? Sun is right above you. You know, it's the brightest time of the day. You bring a camera out, everything's blown out. But then you can apply an ND filter to pretty much, it's like putting on sunglasses, you know. And they go from mild ND filters to like where it looks like, what time of day did you shoot this? High noon? Oh, it looks like it was, you know, doing sunset or something like golden hour. And so, yeah, but you can apply those as well.
So your brother said, "What is your process when balancing a multi-angle view to ensure that the progressive frames are smooth?" Boy, y'all are asking some really good questions. Thank you.
These are like super technical
Thank you so
questions.
much.
Yeah, so my process in balancing a multi. So, um, it sounds like you're talking about an interview. So, with that, you have two, three, four cameras, how much ever you want, and you just match it. So the easiest thing is, you get a camera that has pretty much the same or the same profiles, and then you make all the cameras the exact. So if it's like you're doing raw, right, or C-Log, then all the cameras are on C-Log. You set them up, and then you once you capture everything, you bring it into whichever editing software you're using, and you sync them up, and then you just cut. So it might be, hey, I'm talking, the camera is straight ahead, and then it'll switch to a different angle, switch to a new angle, and so on and so forth. So you just sync everything, and then you cut it to make it look how you want it to look.
That's
So I don't know if that makes sense.
no. It makes to me it makes sense because I kind of know how all this stuff's how it works. I'm not sure how. Yeah. Carolyn's like I'm. This is way out of my league. I don't know, but no,
you see it all the time. You see it all the time when you're watching, TV, movies, whatever. You see it all the time. Like it'll be someone talking, and then it'll be like a different act, and it's just a nice, smooth transition. Yeah. Yeah.
Carolyn, you're muted.
We can't hear you.
You're muted.
Your dream came true. I muted myself again. Never mind. I won't complete my thought. Wow, I was just like, wow. I'm just thinking, so somebody actually goes in there. I mean, I know they had to do it somehow, but you picture it, maybe just the camera moving around, but it has to be, it's always so smooth. So that's cool. Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's really cool.
And
let me see
really
what
cool.
Melba said.
Like talking about like multiple angles. The movie The Matrix, that scene whenever Neo goes down and it should that and then the camera scene kind of goes around the person. Do you know how many cameras it took just to film that little sequence? It was a lot.
Wow. And which you talking about the first one?
Yeah, I think it was the first one. Whenever he goes down and it stops,
yeah, okay,
and then it comes around. It shows and it looks cool.
It probably looks like it was a lot of cameras, but it probably was just one. It could be one. And what they do is that's why I love like behind the scenes, like and stuff. But you put the camera on a rig, and it just goes around you. Right. And so a lot of times you can shoot in different frames. So for instance, if you watch like the news, a lot of times they shoot that in like 30 frames per second, and it looks weird, but 24 frames per second is usually like live. It's nice. You can see motion blurs and all that stuff. But when you shoot like in higher frames, like 120 or even like 1,000 frames per second, and then you bring that into a timeline at 24 frames per second, I mean, it is slow motion. I mean, like
Wow.
you see in everything. Like if something hits your face, you see the waves and the impact, and it's
That's the
crazy.
slow-mo cameras that they have that
Yeah,
specifically. Yes.
yeah.
That's what you see
So they'll
on.
put it on like some kind of rig, and they'll shoot it in like a high frame per second, and just bring it around you, and then they slow it down, and it looks very, So yeah, so it probably was one camera. I won't. It could have been more, but I've seen it done with one camera. And so
That's really
yeah.
cool. That is really cool. No wonder they have to charge all this money. That's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
now you know why they decided. You know what? We're gonna go out in the woods and we're gonna film the Blair Witch Project, but we're gonna use our own personal cameras
yes.
because it was
Yeah.
too expensive to film.
Jeez.
Or
Yeah.
And even like projects like that, like I think that was, I mean, I tip my hat off to them. That was very well done,
Yeah.
for using. And sometimes when you want to create or capture a certain type of feel, you don't use big time cameras. You use, small budget cameras to capture certain type of feels, And so Blair Witch was a perfect example of that,
Yeah.
and that created the industry of using the personal camera to film, the first person. There was also the other movie that they came out with in the house. What was that? The Ghost in the House.
Your brother said Cloverfield.
Oh, Cloverfield was also first person.
Yeah.
But there was another one that they did with the security cameras in the house, and it now it's become this huge thing. But I think the budget was like $20,000, and they made millions on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was like two actors.
I'll stick with riding the baby. Yeah, for real. And your brother said that the movie The Cloverleaf used the same concept. Oh, Cloverfield. Sorry,
yes.
Yeah,
he was the first person.
Yeah, wow.
But that was more of a high budget. That was more of a high budget first person type film, and but Blair Witch Project was the first one to actually use it, and then fool everybody because everyone thought it was real.
I did. Obviously, I did. I really did because I'm like, well, how did they do that? They were dead. They just disappeared in the woods.
We found this film in the middle of the woods, and here's that movie.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know. But it was very realistic. I mean, it really was. It scared the crap out of me. It was good. It was a good movie. And I couldn't hardly watch it. I don't think I'd watch it again. In fact, I didn't they do another one, right?
Yeah, they have the Blair the Blair Witch Project, which is just a regular movie. It's really about the Blair Witch. And a lot of those they come in there with that. We're going to do first person to see what it does. And then when they make a lot of money off of it, and then they can sell it to a production company, then the production company will blow money on it. And then that's how that basically came about. Yes, I know a little bit about the movie industry. I loved watching special features on movies and documentaries and I love behind the scenes and try to figure out, okay, how they, and that's why it's so interesting talking to you, because you have first, hands-on knowledge of this, and it's awesome.
That's really cool. Yeah. Wow.
And I'm really hoping some of our musician friends on here will be like, even out of Nashville or whatever, are watching this and come back and say, hey, we want him to do a music video. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, for real. I mean, you never know. I mean, there's bound to be, I know there's people out there that would like to have a music video.
Yeah.
A lot of our guests, I'm sure. It's just whether or not they have the budget to do it. Because a lot of them now are doing it themselves, with their phones on their stands, like the East and the Crow. I saw them, they had their phone on a stand and like a tripod stand, and they were just filming it themselves just to put on social media. But I know that would be the ultimate, to have a music video. Man, that's pretty amazing. That's really cool. Let me see what Marie said. She said,
I think a lot of that too is you have people who are into that as like you were as a hobby, and they know how to use, because now you have these high quality phones that has a high quality camera on there, and they can use it to film these things. And it amazes me. Like my wife has an iPhone 12, I don't know, but she's getting ready to get the new one, and it has like 4 cameras on it to do more. I'm like, I'm happy with my one camera on my iPhone 10. I don't need anything else other than that.
Yeah, as long as it makes phone calls too, you're okay. That's about the way I am with my phone, and I'm not even an iPhone person yet. I haven't moved up in the world because
So how many cameras do you have? How many cameras do you own, like for your business to go out? I'm curious. Just a guesstimate.
I about three cameras.
3?
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say like 50.
No.
So you have 3 cameras that you use. So you have do you have one of the ones that can attach to the what do they call that? The still rig, to where you move and it stays still?
Oh yeah. Ben was showing me something like that. That's cool.
I think any camera, I might be wrong on this, but any camera can attach to one. Is it called stabilizers?
There you go.
You just mount it to the stabilizer and then you go
cool.
from there.
I didn't know that either. I thought it had to be some type of fancy camera that you attach to because I know it's a rig. Because I wrote a script and we filmed a movie in Killeen, Texas. It was a Star Wars fan film that we did, and they actually built tracks to put the camera on tracks to go across the field. They've had the boom mics, they had all that stuff like that. That's why I have a little bit of knowledge on this, just a little bit, and just enough to try to get me in trouble, to where it's like I can become a hobbyist, or it's like, hey, I want to go do this, and then when I actually get into the editing part, I'm like, no, I'm done. The project will never.
Yeah, you could just do the filming part and have somebody else edit it, because I know you love doing it, right, Paul?
Yeah.
And yeah, that'd be really, really cool. You can make your own commercials, your own shows. I love
the idea of going out there and be able to film anything and convert it and have the music and stuff. It's the software that you need for the computer, and you need to have a high-end computer, because the amount of data that you capture, like if you film in a day, you're not just talking 100, a megabit. No, this is gigabytes worth of data, and you have to transfer, terabytes. Yeah, terabytes. Yeah,
wow.
and then you have to have a high-speed line to hook to your computer to transfer all of that data from your camera to, because everything's digital now, to your computer. And then if your computer can't handle that much data going across at one time, it's going to crash. So you have to have a high-speed computer. Man, the amount of equipment I can imagine, and the speed of the computer that you have to do this new stuff is crazy.
My wife says all the time, cool. Are you buying something new? As long as from the business account, I'm good. So yeah.
And that's another reason why I will not get into this industry.
Because Paul
it goes back to like cameras and stuff like that. Like, I'm not buying 50 cameras, like if a gig comes my way and I need more, I'll rent, and then that goes down on, the budget list and so on and so forth. But to own 50 cameras, that's crazy.
Well, that's a lot. I think your brother has a great idea. Here, Paul, you read it, or let Joaull.
So here's the plan. Joaull filming. Paul and I debate over what the script should say, and then he'll take a splash in the acting realm. You know what? I will help you take a splash in the acting realm, because I could be a good actor too. I mean, Juliet, say Romeo. Romeo.
Oh my goodness, that's hilarious. Man, that is so cool. There's a lot involved. There is a lot involved.
Yeah.
And that's the reason I wanted him to come on the show, because a lot of people don't understand the amount of detail that has to go into creating these things. And just a 30-second video, you could film it all day long, maybe 2 days to film it.
Oh my God.
Like he was saying, it takes 6 weeks to edit it. So you're talking about almost a 2-month project for a 30-second video.
30 seconds. Wow. Yep.
Golly. Oh boy.
Amazing.
Well,
I see that way too often.
Making one of those. I can barely make a video on TikTok because I run out of time and I don't know how to do
it. And some of these people on TikTok, believe it or not, they have separate things where they film for their little 30-second video or whatever. They film on a camera. They'll upload it to the computer. I don't do that, but they'll upload it to the computer, and they'll edit this video and throw the perfect sound, throw the perfect words, and then that's and that's how a lot of these creators, they do it.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's
Maybe we should do that on our show, Paul. We would
you're
have to
gonna have
make a
to hire
long.
somebody to do it because I don't have the time to edit videos.
It would be too hard. So let me see what perfect love. What a cool name. First of all, let me see. I'll put it up here. I am so proud of you, Joaull. Oh, perfect love said they're so proud of you with an exclamation mark and a smiley face with hearts. That's a cool name too. I like the other name too. The who was that, Paul? I forgot already. Go ahead, Paul. What were you going to say?
Oh, I don't know. You're confusing me now.
Sorry.
It's not so hard to confuse me. It's like the older I get, the more I'm like, what are we talking about now?
Yeah. I know the feeling, Paul. Believe me.
Yeah, but seriously, that's what I really want to do is get people in here to see different aspects of different industries, and that's why I'm glad that we were able to do that. And for you to say, yeah, I'm going to do this, I'm like, oh, what? Cool.
I know Joel's probably like, what have I gotten myself into? Now I'm getting wrapped.
Nah, I'm loving this. I am loving this.
Yeah,
he's like, I get to talk about me and what I love. I don't have to worry about anybody saying, stop talking about that. I get that from my wife because I'm a writer. I love writing, and I can sit there and talk writing or reading books. I can talk that, and I'm a computer guy. And sometimes she'll just look at me like, really? No, I'm tired of talking about it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And now that I got to playing the guitar, playing the guitar, it's like, would you please put that down? I'm gonna take it, or I'm gonna smash it over your head.
Well, Paul, you've learned a lot though in a very short time. You really have. It sounded good what I heard.
Well, see, and that's why I picked up a cheap hobby because I can't.
I'm surprised you haven't already picked up photography, really, because as many things as you've done. Yeah.
Do you know how much money I would spend if I got?
That's what I'm saying. I'm surprised you
haven't. With his videos. I mean, I said I love it. I love being able, but the amount of time and money that I would end up spending on, and my wife wouldn't trust me either because I'm because I'm a hobbyist, right? So I get into something. I have a bad problem, and I got this from my grandfather. I want to learn how to do it. It's like I wanted to learn how to juggle, so I spent all this money on juggling, the CDs and how to do it. I bought the balls, and I learned how to make the balls, and then I'm like, cool, and I start juggling. Well, when I start juggling, I'm like, okay, I'm done. Let's move on to the next thing. And I can't afford that because I'd get into videography. I'd be as soon as I'd master it, I'm like, yeah, I'm bored of it. I want to do something else.
Then you have all these cameras, all these lights, and everything.
No. If I ever want to do that, I'll just come rent a camera from you. That way I can go ahead and say, hey, I'll just jump on. It's like, hey, I want to film with you a little bit, learn how to do it. Okay, I'm done. Okay, I'm finished.
Yeah. Let me just borrow one just for a little bit. So your brother said your gift will make room. That's true. That is true, Paul. That is an excellent point. To put it that way, your gift will make room. Because if you have a gift for something, somehow you'll be able to fit it in. That is an excellent point. I love that. I know that. Here, let me read. I'm putting it up here. I know that life, except I keep trying to do it all. Right?
And that's what gets me in trouble. Because I try to do
it's hard when you have so many things you want to do. And Paul is so amazing. The thing about Paul that blows my mind is that everything he tries to do, he does such a good job at it. He really does. Like I'm always like, you know how to do that too? And then he started writing songs. The next thing you know, he's playing guitar, and I'm like, and I heard him. I was like, oh my God, I think it's incredible. He learns so fast. Like you just you're like a sponge. You just absorb it. Yeah, I think it's really. I do. I think that's really incredible. A lot of talent.
A lot of it's for kids too. You know, because I want my kids to get into it as well.
Yeah.
Are your kids interested in the filming aspect of your life, or they're still too young? Or like,
Yeah, they're young. They like seeing themselves. You know.
Yeah.
I bet.
You know, so yeah.
Let me see. Your brother said,
"Yep,
it is the jack of all trades
syndrome."
Yeah, for real. Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, so it's so funny because I could imagine the drone going out there and all the kids are looking up in the sky because my kids do this to me on certain things. It's like the drones in the sky. They're like, oh my God, look at that. It's a drone. That is so cool. And your kids are like, whatever. I live with that thing.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not a big deal to you. So Marie said that she said I love photography, but I put it down too expensive for me. Yeah, it's too bad. It costs so much, but I know it does to get the right equipment.
Yeah.
And that's
Right.
where you turn from a hobbyist to an enthusiast
Mhm.
to a professional.
Yeah, to
Is
where you need to make money to pay for the cameras.
yeah, and that's what it is. It's because if you have a hobby, and I never look at a hobby as a job, like my writing, it's a hobby. I'm not turning it into a job. If you look at your hobby as this is my hobby, I love doing my hobby. It's just so easy, and it comes so easy for you, and you have
Mhm.
fun at doing it. As soon as you turn it into a job, you're like, oh, it becomes a hassle,
Mhm.
and that's a different story. But yeah, it's
It's true.
in like in the photography industry, it does become so expensive. But that's whenever you go out and you do gigs to pay for your hobby.
Yes,
Mhm.
exactly. So your brother said, "My name is Jamal Bazill, and I am a jack of all trades." Yes, it's like Alcoholics Anonymous, isn't it? I'm assuming that's what you mean by that. I could just kind of picture what you're saying. So Perfect Love says, "How would you recommend supporting a child that shows interest in cinematography?" That's an excellent question.
Mm.
Good question.
Supporting it. Okay, so first I would say we kind of mentioned it earlier, but cell phones, amazing.
Yes.
We're in the golden age of media and cameras and all of that. So I would say just first start with a cell phone. You don't have to go out there and buy these crazy, ridiculous stuff. I know people who shoot stuff on a cell phone, and you would not even know it was shot on a cell phone. They're
Yeah,
that
they
good,
can really
you
make
know.
some amazing videos,
Yeah.
really amazing videos. Well, like my
And
son,
so,
he was helping his friend who's a some kind of rapper or so. I don't remember what he does, but he said, "Mom, we're going to shoot a video," and I said, "Wow, you got a camera?" He goes, "We just use the iPhone,"
yep,
and he said, "And they
yep,
have a stabilizer thing that that they use," and he said, "You
hmm
wouldn't believe how good it comes out," and I was like, "Wow,
yeah.
that's amazing, really."
Yeah,
That's a good
So
my
question. Phones, yeah,
and my son
I
runs
would,
around the house constantly, like he's filming. He loves filming stuff, and he wants to have a
mm,
YouTube channel so bad.
all right,
And he's 7 years old. I'm like, I think you're a little too young because I don't have the time to
yeah,
spend on it for this because
yeah,
he watches YouTube videos, and what he sees on YouTube he wants to recreate. And I know what goes on after you record the video, and I'm like, I don't want
yeah,
to do that. When he
yeah,
gets old enough, I can say, you know what? Here's this. You want to do it? Go for it. And you can look up. And the really cool thing is, you go to
mm,
YouTube, and there's people who teach you how to do all that stuff. And when he gets old
yeah,
enough, I'm going to show him the different things. And yeah, it's gonna be pretty
yeah,
cool. But yeah, he loves doing that on his phone.
he's going to learn so much from you. That's pretty amazing.
yeah.
So, gentlemen, let me see what. Oh, Marie says she had a dark room when she was 10. What?
What?
Oh my gosh, that's pretty
Okay.
cool. A
Yeah,
10-year-old with a dark room. Dang, Marie. I think that's pretty
pretty
cool.
much.
I had one too. It's because we never could afford electricity.
It was
That was so good. Paul, write that down for me.
that was good timing,
That
Carolyn.
was really good. I
That
don't know
that
where
was
that came from. I'm sorry, Marie. I'm not making
That
fun
was a
of you,
good
but
one.
it was
That
true
was a
too.
good one.
It was true too. God darn. I need to write that down. I don't even know where that
Oh
popped
my!
out of. Came out of my mouth. Came out of my
Something,
mouth.
Carolyn,
I'm
you
sorry.
surprised me with. You got me on that one.
I know I got myself. I'm like, where did that pop out of my.
Yeah. So yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm not making light of it. I'm really not. Oh, thank God you're laughing, Marie. Because I was like, that was, if I do say so myself, I don't know where my daddy must have sent that down to me from heaven. Here, say this. When I get
Oh man.
unexpected things, I'm always like, where did that come from? But
Normally,
my
I am the
daddy's stuff.
jokester that comes up with all the jokes. I think I'm rubbing off on her.
I think you are.
Oh man. Yep.
Oh my gosh. Guys, let me play the video. Oh my God, Sarah. Y'all are all laughing. I don't know where that came from. So we have a deal that we're doing, we're offering our musicians. It's called a spotlight artist position. And Jeffrey Nauman is our spotlight artist right now. And I'd like to play his latest video. Paul, you haven't even seen the new one
Yeah, I
yet,
did.
have
I
you?
saw last week.
You did. Okay, I'm sorry. But let me play it real quick for everyone. And I want to thank Jeffrey Nauman for being our spotlight artist. He is in Honolulu, Hawaii. I don't know why every time I
Ooh.
say Honolulu, it sounds hilarious. So let's play that real quick because I almost forgot to play everything last night. Here we go. We'll be back in just a few minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy the video.
I've only got one life. Maybe if I live it right, maybe that one life will be enough. Now that I found you, just wanna be around you. I wanna surround you with all of my love. I know that you've been scared, wondering who still cares. I wanna be there to hold your hand. If you have a heartache, I won't let your heart break. I'll take the love we make and make it stand. You and I have found a place. I see it in your face. A place where we belong. If you ever wonder how long we'll be together, I tell you that forever you'll be in my heart. Yeah, if you ever wonder how long we'll be together, I tell you that forever is a good place to start. You and I have found a place. I see it in your face. A place where we belong. We've only got one life, but I know if we live it right, I know that our one life will be enough.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness, Paul, you're jamming.
Will be enough.
I know it's got a nice melody, very calming. So I do have one more video to play. I made a
Another one?
yeah, one more. I made a commercial. Well, it's not a very good one. In fact, Paul's wife, Crystal, is. I'm just being honest. Great job, Jeffrey. Yeah, he did a good job on that song, and I did not make that video. We we're having something big. It's about to start. It's about to happen with Carolyn's Corner Live, and I want to play this little video I did. It. I told Crystal to pay attention to the shirt, the last one, because she forgot. She didn't see my message, so I told her to watch the video so she could see what I made. It's not perfect, Paul. So let me play that real quick. It's only about a minute, not even a minute long. That way we will be done with all of our stuff I want to do. Here we go. You get to hear my. It's not very good, but hey, best I can do at home. Here we go. Hi, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're enjoying the show. It's such an honor to be able to bring all of these amazingly talented people your way. We love being able to bring those that would otherwise be in the shadows possibly to the forefront and let them share their wonderful talent. We do this completely free of charge, and it is our honor to do so. However, we are attempting something big here in Beeville, Texas. We are planning our first ever Carolyn's Corner Live Festival featuring some of the great talent that have been on our show or in any of our shows. And we definitely need everyone's support to make this event possible. This will actually be a small event compared to the one we'd like to do in June of next year. There are a few great ways that you can help. First of all, you can purchase some of our amazing merchandise that you see listed here. From koozies to t-shirts, we've got something for everyone. And don't forget about our wonderful smelling air freshies. You can find all of our merchandise on our website, carolinscorner.live, or by messaging us on our Facebook page. Just make sure you send a message with the size and color you like if you want the t-shirts. You can also become a sponsor of Carolyn's Corner Live, or specifically sponsor one of the shows. Of course, we would also love and accept any donation of any amount. Every dollar we make will go towards making these events incredible and continue bringing the live shows every week. If you'd like to donate merchandise for raffles that we're planning during the live shows, let me know that as well. Thank you so much. And here are all of our points of payment that you can use, or you can pay for merchandise directly on our website, carolinscorner.live. Thank you again for your support. God bless you. Thanks so much for watching Carolyn's Corner and helping us grow our family. All right, I know I messed up a couple of times. I kept getting tongue tied, and I'm trying to make it so quickly. I'm sorry about that.
And that's why you need an editor to go through there and bloop.
Yeah, I need to fix it. I didn't have time. I really, really didn't, but I did the best I could. But anyway, that is some of the merchandise that we offer. Paul's wife, Crystal, is our merchandiser. She makes all that beautiful merchandise, and she's got more coming. She's very talented. I love the stuff that she makes. It's really beautiful. So I just wanted to put that out there. The festival is planned for September the 10th as of right now, unless something changes between now and no telling when. So I just wanted to add that to there. Thank you guys so much. Go ahead, Paul.
I'm going to say, and the shirts do not look like the video. They look a lot better.
Yeah, no, that one. Yeah, that's what she asked me. She didn't see my message about the shirts. The one I tried, the last two, I could not figure out how to do it. So I just wanted to give an idea. I'm like, this is what they're going to look like. So I shouldn't even put them on there, but that's okay. The shirts are great, y'all.
I saw that. I'm like, Crystal will not approve that type of work.
Yeah, because she just messaged me, in fact, and said, I didn't see this message until now. And I said, whoops. So anyway, I had to give an idea, but I'll add it to there.
We have Sean on here right now. He says, yep, she does an amazing job. His when we went to go visit him, and his wife made a comment. I'm not going to say what it was. So we said we're going to make the t-shirt for her. And we came home, made the t-shirt, and sent it to him.
Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. It must have been
bad. And of course, Crystal made one for herself, and she wears it around. But yeah,
that's cool. That's cool. So, Joaull, do you have any t-shirts for your business? I'm just saying, Crystal does. I know. She really does. If you need anything, let her know. I mean, listen to me volunteering, Crystal, unless you don't have enough to do already. But I believe that she does such a good job. Yeah, she does. She really does. I love the way her stuff comes out. And the new koozies have the air freshies have the Carolyn's Corner Live, the new logo on it, which I really like that. It's really cool. So yeah, she does amazing work. Sean, it's so good to see you on here. I hope you're doing okay. And yeah, I like that song too. So I'm trying to go back and read these. Go ahead, Paul. What did you want to say? I'm sorry.
No.
I just want to make sure I get all those done.
Yeah, we got all those. Now my brain is filtered through. Now I'm coming back into this thing here. Yeah, I'm good. I have so much technical information that I got from this. My brain is overloaded right now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun having you on, Joaull. Really, really interesting. Walking that dog and kicking the cat. Well, shame on you for kicking the cat. Although my dog. Sometimes I want to kick her cat. I'm sure it probably means something else. I'm scared to even ask.
I don't want to ask.
Yeah, for real. Ladies and gentlemen, I have had a great time. It's been a lot of fun. Joel, thank you so much for coming for being here with us tonight. We really enjoyed it and sharing some of your expertise advice with us and sharing with us what you do. I think it's really cool. I'm so glad that you were here. Paul, what would you like to say?
No, no, it's awesome having you on. Thank you very much for coming on. That way we can, have our listeners and other musicians that come on here. We can point them in the right direction if they're looking for a videographer. You're going to be the person that we're going to send them to, looking for things. So definitely, we'll be sending business your way if anybody asks. Definitely.
Appreciate that.
Yes, and Marie
Yeah.
said, "Thank you. Very interesting. It was very interesting, wasn't Marie? I
It,
mean,
you
we
know,
never
it's
know.
and it's so funny is that this is kind of out of our comfort zone because we normally deal with musicians or authors or whatever, and it was an awesome experience. I loved doing this.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
cool. We love learning new things, and Paul has a big interest in it already, and I just think it's really cool. That's okay. Sean said, "Sorry, I got here late." It's okay.
Well,
It's
Sean, if you're
okay.
looking for a videographer for your awesome songs, here's the man to do it.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
true.
Sean.
That is
Sean is he's a singer songwriter up in Jacksonville, Texas, and we co-wrote a song together. I wrote the story line for it. Him and his wife actually did a lot of good work on it, and so yeah, that's who he is. And
yeah, it came out really, really nice. When is he gonna be releasing that on social
he said
media?
he's supposed to be in the studio here in the next month or so. I'm not sure.
Oh, cool. I can't wait to hear the studio version. It's
Okay.
gonna be really good. Wow. I'm glad you came to catch the show, Sean. That's nice. I haven't seen you in a while. Sean's getting so many gigs. He's staying very, very busy,
Oh
isn't he?
yeah. Is there anything
That's
else
good.
that you would like to say to anybody out here that's listening? You know,
Yeah.
Man, honestly, thank you, especially to my wife. Man, she holds the fort down. 3 kids, and like she makes it happen. And so, very big thank you. Love you, babe. Love you.
Oh,
Even right now,
good.
it's so quiet in here because she got the kids.
yeah,
So
Oh,
that's how it
yeah.
is when we're doing these shows. My wife wrangles the kids in the living room and keeps them in. Now that it always worked. My son will poke. I'm surprised he hadn't poked his head in here yet.
yeah. Yeah, Sean
Yeah.
said, "There you go, man. We were just talking about that earlier."
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
best project you ever did again. Remember, if somebody asks you that question next time, say, first and
Gotcha.
foremost, my wife and family is the best project I've ever had. That'll
Yeah.
get you safe no matter what, right, Paul? I
Yeah.
think that's
That's
a good
right.
idea.
Yeah.
That's why whenever your wife starts yelling at you, hey, but you're my best project.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Just add that. No matter
There
what,
you
no matter
go.
what. And it'll just calm the situation. You're right, Paul. See, not only are we entertaining, we give great marital advice.
Oh, don't listen to me on marital advice. Definitely don't listen to me.
And I will let you use solid gold, Sean said. And if somebody asks you again about them having a dark room when they were 10, you can use my line.
Yeah.
You can do it.
Yeah.
It's okay. Because
I got that.
I'm gonna write that one
Appreciate
down
that.
because I'll be like, wow, where did that come from?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm such
All
a
right.
goofball. Ladies and gentlemen, thank
Oh,
you
we had a
so much
blast.
for joining us. I hope y'all have a wonderful night. Project that I constantly have to work on. Yes, yes, yes. Exactly. Exactly. I am so glad y'all all joined us. Joel, it was a pleasure having you on the show. Thank you so much. And
Yeah.
spread the word about Carolyn's Corner. Let me see what Sean says. He said, go on and tell your wife to calm down and she's mad at you and let me know how that works out. Here we go again. So funny. It's like both sides because the women aren't saying much. I feel like I have to represent the women. Well, heck yes, she's yelling. She's having to hold down 3 children to keep them coming in the room. I got you. I got you, ladies. I got you. While you sit in there and lollygag on the computer. Okay, I feel better now. You're welcome, ladies. You're welcome. You're welcome, mothers out there. I'm just joking. We all have a great night, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us. Paul, I'm glad to see you, honey. And Joelle, it was a pleasure having you on. Hope to see
Thanks
you
for
again.
having me as
Take
well.
care of yourself. Yes. Love you to my sister-in-law for holding the fort down. Yes. Yes. Perfect Love said that. That's a cool name. I just think that's so cool. We need to give me an alias like that. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. And God bless you, really. And take care of yourselves. Remember to try to spread some kindness if you can. Try to make somebody smile or laugh. Even if you compliment their shoe, just say, that's some nice shoes you got on. You know, anything. Right, Paul? We always talk about that every
I
week.
have to watch how I compliment because I get in trouble.
Well, it's different for a guy. Maybe I'm thinking in terms of a woman because as a woman, you can get away with it more than that's true. You got a good point there, Paul. Yeah. Good point. I think especially as you get older, women, that nobody's intimidated by an old woman. They're just like, oh,
what's not fair is when women
nice
wear
lady.
like words on their shirt and you're trying to read the words and they're like, "Why are you looking at my breast?" I'm not looking. I'm trying to read what it says.
Yeah. No matter what, you're in
It gets
trouble
you
for
in
that.
trouble. I think, why would you even put words on your shirt if
Good
you didn't
point.
want me to read what it says?
Good point. Maybe you guys should just stick to opening the door, and that
That's it.
because that's probably safe. That's probably we don't want you to get arrested for any kind of harassment or anything.
Yeah, we don't want that.
So she's gonna go. I'm going to go paint. I can do that. Great job, Marie. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. God bless you. Thanks for tuning in to Carolyn's Corner Live. Paul, thank you. Joaull, thank you so much. And y'all have a great day. Great night. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.